From comicbook.com, the anime industry's growth is down for the first time in 11 years. Now, comicbook.com, some people are not too keen on. I'm about 50-50, and that's being generous. I used to really not like them. Now I'm about 50-50 on it. They've done some reports that are totally fine, to be fair to them, and they're a lot better than, say, CBR, in my opinion. So let's take a look what they say here. When it comes to anime, the industry has been on the rise year over year since 2011. However, not all aspects of the booming industry need to expand in the face of inadequate pay and crunch. The anime industry has been hurting itself more than ever these days. And the report has confirmed that as the research firm Taikoku Databank has discovered, the industry's growth is down for the first time in 11 years. The information was shared earlier this week as Taikoku Databank posted its checkup on the anime industry. Currently, the structure is well off in terms of revenue, as the anime industry raked in $2.3 billion USD. Now, that's an opinion right there, of course. Being well off in terms of revenue is an opinion. We need to compare that revenue to prior years of revenue. Let's see what they say. This total garnered by more than 270 studios during 2019, but it signals a slight stall. Revenue between 2018 and 2019 only increased by 0.5%. Now, that's the data that actually really matters. I'm not saying that 2.3 billion doesn't, but you need the full context, which is the lowest increase year over year in more than a decade. But that was between 2018 and 2019. What about 2019 to 2020, if that data is out yet? And they seem to be alluding that some of that data is. The reason I frame it like that is because I actually have a document that I will be reporting on soon enough. Here's one page from it for just a brief example that has some of the most informative data on the anime industry I've ever seen, specifically for the year 2019. Going back to comicbook.com, they actually talk about some of that data here, but again, I'm going to provide you a much more detailed report on all of that and plenty of stuff they're not talking about in the near future. For now, let's read what they say. As for the number of shows produced, the total also went down in 2019. This year marks the 5th in a row where the industry has churned out 300 plus titles. However, 2019 marks the 2nd year in a row in which the total shows released dipped. 2019 had 332. The previous year had 340 compared to 2017 with 356. So that's interesting. You would definitely expect a dip in 2020 with the world health situation, but apparently it's been dipping every year. I don't know, what that means necessarily. It's not really a big divergence, so maybe it's nothing to really be too concerned about. They go on to say the report goes on to break down some nitty-gritty details about the anime industry a la 2019. More than 1.5 million USD of revenue was filtered to outsourced workers or contract employees. 2 anime companies were forced to declare bankruptcy in 2019 along with 1 dissolution. This total is way down from the 12 exits documented in 2018. And as for why these studios went under, the most common reason reported is unpaid or delayed payment to animators, so yikes. And that last part is a large reason why people don't like Crunchyroll. If you don't understand why people dislike Crunchyroll, well, there's a number of reasons, but that's a big one. For a long time, Crunchyroll was acting like some giant boon to the anime industry, yet really the money kept going back into the pockets of executives or into their own funds to try and produce their own anime-esque shows like High Guardian Spice. Can't even say the name properly. It's so disgusting. Ugh. I'm kind of kidding around a little bit. But no, that's the point. They act like they're this great boon, yet you look at the quality of life for people in Japan in the industry, and it's still pretty dang bad. And they end with this. Overall, the growth slump is minor, but the word is out on how 2020 will fare in terms of revenue. The year was littered with last-minute cancellations and hiatuses due to the world health situation. There is no doubt margins will be tight for companies in the wake of 2020, so fans will have to wait and see how that report shapes up. So we'll see, though. It's interesting stuff. Thanks for tuning in. Not much else to say about this one, but let me know what you think, of course, in the comments below. I look forward to checking out what you say there, and I'll catch you for the next one. Peace.